Well, let's first up bring on board Kiran Jadhav, Chairman and MD at Kiran Jadhav Associates, who joins in on the technicals. Start off with our first query for the day, which has been sent in to us from Suraj Bhatt in Pune. Well, Suraj says he's got 196 shares of Spicejet. His buy price is 141. Does it make sense for him to stay put, or should he completely exit? Well, what's the outlook based on the chart patterns? And Suraj, Kiran, do you think that Spicejet is likely to show you some sort of strong moves on the charts?
Yeah, in general, the stock of Spicejet is under consolidation, a range-bound move, and we believe that the probability of moving higher is even more. For now, I suggest a deep down stop loss at 121 and have a 6 to 9 month view. We believe that higher levels will be seen from here on.
Okay, that's of course a view coming in on Spicejet. According to Kiran, it's definitely worthy of a hold. He's asked to keep a stop loss at 121 rupees, but you know, it's going to be tough times perhaps for Spicejet and a lot of these aviation companies going forward. For one reason is that while of course crude prices have been going up, there may be some respite perhaps having to do with the fact that aviation traffic is only increasing in India. Our second query today is coming in from Sanjay Sharma. He is from New Delhi. He says he has bought 50 shares of Yes Bank. He's bought it at 340 rupees and he wants to know if he must hold or sell. Yes Bank, let's pull up the charts of Yes Bank and see what exactly it has done for investors. Well, for one, like a lot of the other banking names, it really has failed to really give any sort of wealth to investors. And, you know, even for our viewer, for Sanjay as well, it's losing some money. It was at 340 when he bought it. It's now at about 309 rupees, almost a 10% erosion of his wealth. Kiran, how would you view the chart patterns of Yes Bank? It's been kind of weak if we look at it for, like, let's say the one, the 1 month or the 3 month chart.
Correct. The fall that we saw in the month of October, November, the stock took a very good support at around the 300 levels, after which we got a pullback. Again, in the recent times, 300 has been a very good support. So the 300 level is very important as far as the support is concerned, which also coincides with the rising trend line value. So my stop loss would be below 300. I continue to hold, although there is a slight kind of negative divergence on the charts vis-a-vis the other private banking stocks. So here I suggest a stop loss of 299 on a day end or weekend closing basis. However, move above 320 will trigger a fresh buy. So aggressive buying should be done only above the 320 mark, which will then take the stock for a minimum target of 345 in the very short term. And in the long term, it will cross the falling trend line value, which is at around 360-65. So a bullish momentum will be maintained in the days to come. So with that view, I have a very strict stop loss of 299 on this counter.
That's of course the view coming in on Yes Bank. Let's move on and bring on board the next question. Again, it's Sanjay Sharma himself who's sending in another query. He says he has bought 200 shares of Reliance Communications. He bought it at 30 rupees. He wants to know if he must hold or sell. Well, quite a contentious stock to hold, really, especially if you're a long-term investor, because Reliance Communication, well, firstly, it's been a big wealth eroder. Secondly, the industry as well that it operates in is, well, it's just marred by controversies, given the intense competition, given the consolidation, and of course, Reliance Communication has been served with one dampener after another, with all the notices coming in from the Supreme Court not allowing the company to sell their assets. It's just really been a one-way downward journey. Though there was a bit of Kiran, there were a bit of gains seen wherein the stock did manage to rebound from single digits to 30 rupees. But however, again, it's like I said, it's been a wealth eroder for the most part. What would you advise Sanjay to do?
Basically, technically, what we always say is friend is a friend, and this is a saying that one should always follow. A small blip that we saw from a level of 10 rupees to 38, 40 rupees was a short-term move that we saw because of the news flow. However, this got dried up, and we are seeing the long-term trend continuing, lower top, lower bottoms, and there are a lot of long positions that have been locked at higher levels. So I don't see the stock move up, and because of which the investor is going to lose ROI, and which is also an important criteria for any investment to be done. So for now, I have a clean exit strategy on this counter.
That's, of course, the view coming in on RCOM. I hope you've taken note of all the answers and the recommendations that actually Kiran Jadhav has given. RCOM, of course, it is an exit, you know, and you know, for the most part, investing is supposed to be of preserving your wealth without having all the troubles and tensions. So I guess it's better to be in a blue chip, in a fine quality stock. But let's also talk about the markets a bit. You know, Kiran, we have seen many days of gains coming by. However, there were a few blips seen here and there in the week gone by, but for the most part, I guess the trend was positive. But mind you, it was a very labored up move. That's what I guess most on the street are terming this up move seen in the benchmark. How exactly would you view the Nifty at this juncture? What is your stance on the benchmark?
See, it was only up till yesterday that the bulls were in complete charge, and it was only today that the bank Nifty really fell down. However, the IT index held on to gains and delivered strong gains, which ensured that the Nifty did not fall. So we have to look at it in a complete different strategy as of now. You have to look at Bank Nifty with a specific angle and look at the Nifty in a very different angle. So for Nifty, we still believe that the bulls have not lost the battle. 10,500 is a very strong support. I don't see that breaching as of now. The derivative data is pretty strong. We have got a lot of short positions that have been created at the 10,500, 10,600 mark. Once the 10,600 mark is taken off, we'll see a lot of short covering. The next week is the last week for the current month expiry. So, we believe that if 10,600 is taken off, then we'll see a once-way rally to 10,700, 10,740, where the next level of resistance exists. So, I have a positive view on the markets for now. However, the Bank Nifty is playing a spoil sport as I just spoke right now. However, a move above the 25,000 mark will trigger a fresh short covering rally, which will take the Nifty and the Bank Nifty at higher levels. So 25,000 on the Bank Nifty is very important for now.
Bring on board Avinash Gorakshekar, who joins in on the phone line. And Avinash, today
run over to you then, and if there are investors or traders who have a shorter term time horizon, what are the trades you'd recommend them to execute?
Very short term view, say about a week's time from now, my first stock recommendation would be Ashok Layland. A positive divergence on the chart, strong volumes, good derivative data, option chain data indicates that a 165, 170 call is attracting interest. So, and with the April series at the fag end, we believe a lot of short covering would come into this counter. So Ashok Layland should be bought with a stop loss of 150. A target of 164 in the next 3 to 5 days is what we expect. The second stock would be Wockhardt. Wockhardt today has broken out of a range, extreme short-term range. The breakout level was around 785. So my stop loss remains at 780 buy for now, and a target of 835 is what we expect to come in the next 3 to 4 trading sessions. Now, the Wockhardt also has a good derivative data. We have seen a good kind of 4% increase in open interest additions of late in the last 2 hours of trading session today, which means long positions have been built with a very short-term view. So I believe that this would continue for my target of around 835.
All right, Ashok Layland and Wockhardt, those are top bets to watch out for in the week ahead. On that note, would like to take time out to thank Avinash as well as Kiran for joining in today on the show with your top views.